class? I hope you've been enjoying this Kingdom series as we establish our authority here on earth. I want to go over why you need legal protection for your kingdom. You know, we touched on it in a couple other videos, but I really want to expand on this, break it down, get you to the next level. And we're going to discuss velocity banking and legal protection and how to use the concept to acquire the tools you need to legally protect your kingdom and maintain your authority, your wealth, and prosperity here on earth. And on a side note, I hope you've been enjoying the consistency. I decided to, you know what? I'm going to be really consistent with my community. We're going to be producing videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's a good flow. I like it. Let me get your opinion. Comment below. What do you think? Every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 12 o'clock Eastern Time, we dive into velocity banking, infinite banking, kingdom authority, right? Establishing your legacy and creating wealth, okay? And I really want to start engaging with you a little bit further. You know, I encourage you to, like the videos, comment below, ask a bunch of questions. You never know when I'm going to do a video on that specific question, especially for my clients. You know, you guys, for everyone that has been giving on the Patreon page, or you are an actual, client on a monthly, or you're one of my lifetime clients. I want you to submit questions that you had before you started working with me, because now you pretty much know everything, right? Once you become a client, I help you master this thing so that you become self-sufficient, where you don't need me anymore. That's my primary goal. I want you to be totally self-sufficient in establishing your kingdom, maintaining it, growing it, and just building partnerships along the way to maximize your time. So without any further ado, let's dive into legal protection for your kingdom. Two things that I am learning about, that I'm establishing for myself, right? Because, I'm only going to talk about things that I'm doing right now and learning, so that maybe you could teach me something. Maybe you have a different opinion and I can learn from you. I could also learn from your mistakes by, you either agreeing with me or you're disagreeing with me, and then you give me your debate. You give me your side of the story, all right? So I was looking up wills, trust, and estate planning. It's been like one of those things, I've established a business, right? I'm creating activity income. I've created some passive income. I'm working on multiple flows of income, okay? I'm protecting my income. I established my debt tools. I'm doing velocity banking. I'm doing infinite banking. I have my tax-free asset, and I'm learning about real estate, okay? So now I'm thinking, what are some additional things that I can add into my kingdom that won't cost me a lot of money, but will save me a ton of money looking long term, right? And those two things that came up for me definitely was a will and a trust. So, the average cost of a will is about $400 to $500, okay? If you didn't have a will and something happens to you, you pass away, all your assets and monies and business, everything that you have in your name or your business would go into this probate. They're called probate court. Okay, I'm learning about that. Pretty interesting. Okay, not fun. Not a place you want to be. A great place for people who want to take advantage of an opportunity, certainly. So if you're on the other side, if you're looking to invest, in someone else's assets, you're looking to buy, you're looking to settle someone's burden, right? Because on one side of the perspective, you got the family that lost somebody, and they didn't have a will, they didn't have a trust, they didn't have their assets in line. So now they're in probate court, right? And this is a lengthy process, especially the more money you have, right? It's a very lengthy process, and it sucks, right? And it's terrible because you're trying to mourn, right? You're trying to remember this person, but you got to deal with all this money stuff, right? It's always about the money, right? And so the other perspective is the person that wants to help that probate case by either, buying some of the assets, real estate, properties that go in probate. There's some amazing opportunities on this side, and then a hell of a lot of relief for the people that are actually in probate. But the chances of you of finding those people that are on this side that have the knowledge, that know how to do probate, not a whole lot of people. So you end up being real stuck, right? And then you got to pay thousands, okay? Probate fees can be up to thousands of dollars, up to 10,000, right? Insane. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to invest now, 23 years old. I'm going to get a living will. Yes, okay? And I've got clients, you know who you are, 50 plus years old, don't have a will, don't have a trust, don't have a life insurance policy, don't have the right tools. You've been watching me for a few months, okay? For my clients, we're getting you right on the path, right? You know who you are. We're getting you, right? We're working together. You're getting on that path. You're getting yourself right. But for my other people, because I have a lot of viewers that are much older than me, right? 45, 50, 55, 60. I know who you are. You're not taking any action. All you're doing is watching my videos. You're liking, you comment, you support. And I love that. But I need you to take action. Right? I need you to get in contact with me. I need you to start clicking on some of the links in the resources below and start doing something. Let's go. Right? What are you waiting for? All right? So I'm like, you know what? Let me get this will put in place. $400 to $500. Okay, that's well worth it. So we're gonna put that cost, right? Write it down. Okay, and now let's look at the trust. Okay, if you're single, average, what I looked on Google and the internet, anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 for a trust. Now there's many different types of trusts, and this is where I got a little confused. I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, do I need a living trust? Do I need a trust fund? This is where I'm going to ask you for some help, for some of my adults. Like, for a 23-year-old, what kind of trust do you think I should get? Okay? I'm asking you that question. And I'm going to also give you some resources that's going to help me figure out that answer from a lawyer, an attorney, someone that can give reasonable advice, okay? So that I'm not out here just, listening to any Joe Schmo, right? Got to get the right information from the right source, okay? Now, if you're married, for my married couples, my moms and dads, you're doing velocity banking, you're killing it, you're wiping out debt, you're becoming debt free. Listen, do this for your kids, please. Establish the trust. Here's what it costs, anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500. Write that down, okay? Now, we know the cost, okay? We know the consequences if we do not establish this, how painful this can be, okay? In addition, now let's go into velocity banking, okay? And let's see how can we use this concept to acquire these tools and never lose my cash flow in the processo, right? Okay, so in the previous videos, remember how we went over how I have a credit card, okay, 15K, 0% offer, right? Remember how I increased it, okay, and the offer is 0% on cash advance. So I can take cash out, 3% for the transaction, right? We determine what the cost was, and we also determine what our chunk is going to be. Okay, this is going to be my chunk, right? And $6,500 is going into my policy to satisfy 2019's premium for the year, and then everything else cash value, right? Growing tax-free 4 to 6.5% or higher, right? Then the other portion of the money was being used to establish the tools that we had went over, all those tools that I have for my business that help me grow my activity and passive income. right? So that I can bring in more money and never run out, okay? And that number was 4,200. And remember how the amount of savings, remember the amount of savings that we had? Somewhere around $1,200 to $1,300 over the year. So that's savings, money back to me, and I have the tools, okay? So factor that in. In addition to this money, this is the bank's money, $6,500 coming from the credit card, okay? Going into my tax-free bank, okay? Which is going to grow the cash even further, right? And it's going to offset the costs that we had that we went over in the previous video. Yes? Okay. Now, I made that chunk, right? Got my tools, okay? Got the policy put in place. My next goal, I'm trying to get a will and a trust here, okay? And now I'm going to use my income, okay? My income that I make. And what am I going to do? I'm going to dump it into the credit card. Not all of my income. I'm dumping expenses, monthly expenses that I can pay with a credit card. I'm dumping my cash flow into that credit card, and I'm dumping the monthly payment that the credit card produces, right, off of the $10,700. It might be somewhere around $100 a month, right? So I'm dumping all that in, paying 0%. So that's all principal. So it's still, so I didn't lose my money, right? Didn't lose any of my money because I saved, right? Got cash back rewards, got the statement credit. I saved money on the tools, right? Saved 20 or 30%, right? I'm leveraging the debt to acquire an asset, right? If anything goes down, dude, not only do I have the cash value, but I also have the death benefit when I pass away. It goes straight to my sister, niece, mom, right? And then they continue my legacy. So this is interesting, right? So we're putting the income in per month that we make into the credit card, right? And we're doing velocity banking in the time frame that we have. The goal is to bring the credit card to zero before the interest rate expires. Now we have plenty of time, right? I'm going to zero this out in like 3 to 4 months, right? Probably even sooner than that, okay? But I have till February of 2020, okay? January, February of 2020, 0%. Not bad, okay? So I have a nice time frame to work with, okay? So we're dumping the income in, right? We're taking expenses out. We're swiping the card for our monthly expenses that we can pay with a credit card. And what's happening? I'm getting cash back, right? Offsetting my cost of borrowing. I'm increasing my passive income because I'm earning money on money that's not even mine, okay? I'm establishing tools to help me maximize my multiple flows of income, okay? And in these tools, I established a service, okay? I got a service for me called Legal Shield, and I'm able to get my will for free, okay? So I saved $400 to $500 there because I paid about $25 a month for a Legal Shield plan from my tools that I paid for with the bank's money and got cashback rewards and saved money, right? Satisfied the tool for the year, right? So I don't even have to pay for it monthly because I already pay for it for the year. $25 times 12. What do you get? Do the math. Okay? Not a lot. I get the will for free, which saves me money. In addition to the will, I get consultations for free, unlimited consultations. So remember how I was going back to the question of, hey, what kind of trust should I get for a single man who has a business, who's an entrepreneur, who's making money, who's doing this, videos, things like that? What should I do? Well, instead of asking Joe Schmo, right, and searching on the internet and getting everyone's different opinions on why I should, why I shouldn't, why I should do this and why I should do that, dude, I'm going right to the lawyer. Unlimited consultations. I'm going to ask them the question. I'm going to lay it out for them. And I'm going to establish my trust fund. Okay, so I want to get a trust fund. That's what I want to do. But let me hear what the lawyer has to say. Maybe they might have a different perspective. They could open my mind a little bit because I'm open-minded. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to invest my time, my money, my focus, my attention. Okay? And here's what's even better when it comes to saving money, doing velocity banking, establishing tools for your kingdom, and legally protecting your kingdom. When it's all said and done, when it comes to the trust, right? $1,000 to $1,500, about, give or take, I get a 25% discount on all additional legal services when I have this put in place. Not bad, okay? Definitely look in the description below and click on that link so that you can establish legal protection for your kingdom. And being that you're learning velocity banking and working with me one-on-one, I can show you exactly how we can leverage debt. Leverage debt, isn't that amazing? Leverage debt, good debt, to acquire assets, tools that will save you money, make you money, earn you money, right? That will lead you to the answers that you seek, okay? And we're able to move our kingdom even further, establishing that kingdom authority, building your legacy for your kids, especially for my moms and dads that are watching day in and day out. Listen, look how far we've come so far in the last 6-7 months. Look how far we've come. Analyze, look how much debt you've paid off just from watching this channel, becoming a loyal Patreon, committing, right, becoming a client, right, and serving and helping people. Look how far you've come, right? Let's keep going. My name's Denzel. God bless. Have a wonderful day.